Welcome to the Get Regulated online course. And for me, getting regulated means unlocking your self-regulation, stress management, increasing your energy, unlocking your executive functioning, growth, and resilience. I want to begin by introducing myself. My name is Joy Gandell, and I am a relational therapist in Canada. I wasn't always a relational therapist. I began my career as a human resource professional for the first 20 years. From there, I transitioned and got certified as a life coach. From there, I continued my transition, and today I am a relational therapist and I specialize in self-regulation and executive functioning. My target populations are people diagnosed with ADHD and or pediatric cancer survivors. That being said, this course is not only for people diagnosed with ADHD or pediatric cancer survivors. This course is for everyone, and I'll explain that as you move ahead in the course. I myself have been diagnosed with ADHD within the last 3 years, primarily an attentive type, and I was also diagnosed with nonverbal learning disability, which is not currently listed in the DSM. I am a wife of over 20 years and a mom to a young adult son and a teenage daughter. It's important for you to know that my teenage daughter is a pediatric cancer survivor, and that is why pediatric cancer is so important for me and is a population that I care very deeply about. I have created this course. My why was for my children and my husband. They are my greatest source of motivation and particularly inspiration. And so I dedicate this to them. Without the three of them, I would never be where I am today. I would never feel as good as I feel today. And I would never have had the motivation and desire to even put all of this up on YouTube and offer it for free. So I dedicate this course to my husband and my 2 children. And I also dedicate this course to our extended family, my kids' peers, their friends, our friends' kids, and my peers. It is never too late to start on this journey. I only started 4.5 years ago. And so because I discovered a wealth of not only information, but I have uncovered a wealth of energy for myself, energy that I never experienced in my younger years, let alone my late 40s, that I wanted to share this with everybody else. I'm also putting it up on YouTube for free because of the work that I've done and continue to do in the ADHD community, the things that I see in the online groups that I'm a member of, and as the same goes for the pediatric cancer groups that I'm a member of. People are not only suffering, there are so many people suffering and who cannot afford. And so I don't want to add to their burden. I want to offer this for free in the hopes that somewhere, someone can derive benefit by what they learn going through this course. Also, I am not blind by the fact that I can make money on YouTube by having this for free. And so in the event that you honor me so much by spreading this course to so many people that I generate income, I want to pledge to you that I'm going to give back. I'm going to give back 15% of anything I make from this course. And that 15% will be divided equally amongst 3 charities. The first charity will be the Merit Center. Why the Merit Center? Because the person who started the Merit Center is Dr. Stuart Shanker. And it's through him that I was first introduced to his version of self-reg. And it was his introduction that really started my journey. And what I love especially about Dr. Shanker's mission is that he wants to bring self-regulation to children. He believes that the next generation, by helping the parents, teachers, medical professionals, and paramedical professionals help them with self-regulation, that we will be able to have a better future. There's a quote, and I'm not going to quote it directly, of the Dalai Lama saying that if we were to teach all 8-year-olds how to meditate, we would eradicate violence within a generation. I believe that's the quote. I believe, after everything I've learned, that if we teach everybody, children included, how to self-regulate, then we would eradicate violence in less than a generation. And so because Dr. Shanker's work is primarily targeted to children, I believe that he should get 5%, or the Merit Center should get 5%. I also want to give 5% to CADAC. CADAC is the Center for ADHD Awareness in Canada. And because I'm a Canadian resident, because I see the amazing work that CADAC does, not just in advocacy, but also in providing free and low-cost resources to people with ADHD in Canada, that I want to give them 5%. Finally, the last 5% will be given to Childhood Cancer Canada, and they are a nationwide not-for-profit, and they support pediatric cancer patients, they support their caregivers, they support the survivors, and they also give to pediatric cancer research. And so for that reason, and because I've been, and my family has been so impacted by pediatric cancer, that I really want to give back to this charity. So where are we going? Before we tackle that, I want to share this very important message with you, that all the information created and expressed by myself, Joy Gandell, and as I'm known on my social media, GandellJoy, is solely intended for information purposes and is not a substitute for advice, diagnosis, treatment regarding medical or mental health conditions. The views expressed through this online course are mine alone, and any related content should not be taken for medical, psychological, or psychiatric advice. Following the advice outlined in this online course may be helpful to you. It also should not be considered a treatment or a prescription for any medical or mental health condition. If you have a medical or mental health condition, please reach out to an appropriate licensed healthcare professional before starting anything. Finally, working through this course does not enter us into a professional relationship. With that, we're going to look at where we're going. So this is only part 1 of the introduction. I invite you to see the second video, analogy, which is part 2 of this introduction. The analogy is basically going to set and explain to you the analogy that we're going to use for the rest of this course. From there, we're going to take a dive into your universally designed nervous system. And I promise that I'm going to keep it as simple and quick as possible. It's also very necessary in order to understand the rest of the course. From there, I'm going to explain a 2-part system for how I see self-regulation. The first is everything that we need to know about and be aware of. And the second is how exactly do we take action. Finally, because I have a background in coaching, I wanted to help you guys get started on your self-regulation journeys. And so I take you through a series of videos and questions to help you design and implement your own self-regulation journey. From there, I want to explain to you that there are 2 workbooks and a list of resources that you can find at all times in the description box of every single video. There is a link that is going to take you to the same 2 workbooks and resources list. There is a workbook for the first part of the course, the teaching part, and then there's another workbook devoted exclusively for the coaching section. The resources list is something you can check out at any time. I also want to encourage you to use the comments below each video to interact with each other. Let's start a community. Let's inspire each other. Let's give each other ideas. Let's motivate each other, encourage each other. And I want to use the comment section for that. I also want to share with you a way, in case you're not aware, of how you can get through this course faster. If you feel that I'm speaking too slowly, I encourage you to go to the YouTube settings and change the playback speed of this video. You can make it go slower, you can make it go faster, and in that way, it might help you to get through the course faster. I know for myself, when I listen to podcasts or any YouTube video, I have to speed up the playback speed because it is easier for me to stay concentrated and focused when I hear it at a faster speed. So I encourage you to do the same. So please join me in the next video.